Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, call me Meech, and I am back with another NBA 2K21 Myteam video for you guys, man. So today's video is going to be something a little different. Something I was just sitting back thinking on and thought, hey, maybe, this would be just a nice little video just to kind of put out there, just to kind of get the community, and my community specifically, just engaged and kind of talking, man. So this video is simply going to be just kind of covering some of the things that 2K is doing right. Okay, so I know, like, if you're on Twitter, most of the time, anytime you see anything, it's because of what 2K is doing wrong, issues with the gameplay, issues with content, and a lot of, I don't want to say negativity, but just not positive feedback. I kind of place it as, and that's usually what we hear, and we don't usually hear about the things that they are doing right. So to start off the week, I figured I'd go ahead and bring some positivity, kind of go over just a few things that I have seen and think that they're doing right. May follow this up with the things that maybe they can work on and things that we think that they're doing wrong and could work on. But before we go ahead and get into that, make sure, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We'll appreciate it. Make sure you hit that bell notification and leave a like on the video if at any point you do rock with the video and you do like what you see. So jumping right into it, I'm going to be going over, I believe it's like 5 things that I think they really have done right to this point. So jumping into the first thing, and this is actually a most recent change that they've actually done, but it's within Myteam Unlimited. I don't know if it's in Triple Threat Online, but I can tell you that it is in Myteam Unlimited. And if you look at my record, it is 15-9, guys. Like, my record usually is not like this. Usually I'm flying through, barely losing games, but I've noticed that this season specifically, it has been super sweaty. And I've been seeing the things along on Twitter and everything, and what it looks like 2K has done is implemented skill-based matchmaking. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh my god, this is causing me too much sweat, and I get it, okay, but at the same time, it is something that I actually do welcome, even though I'm losing more games, specifically because it's just not fair to anybody if I get into a game with someone who's just simply put not at the level that I am, and I'm blowing them out by 40 to 50 points. And at that point, I have to sit through that game. That person has to sit through that game. And it's just not a fun experience for me because I have to sit there, or that person has to quit, and they're not enjoying it either. So this skill-based matchmaking that they definitely have implemented has been a more positive, because now you're at least playing with people around your skill level. That just makes for a better experience as a whole. Now, I know some people may not like it, whatever the case is, because you have to play competitive at all times, but I personally do like it. It's one of the main things I do like playing this game, is being competitive, so to have it at a consistent rate is very nice. Now, number 2 on what I think 2K has been actually doing very well this season, is actually something in specific to cards. Okay, now, every year we know those cards that they just aren't good. You just aren't going to be able to use the cards. They just won't bring you success. And 2K has done a really weird but interesting take on some of those cards. Now, it's going to be mainly in a way that they allow these cards to operate. Now, I know everybody's getting a curry slide. It's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it is one of the best dribble moves. And so they're slapping that animation on a lot of players. Now, I wish they didn't really slap it on everybody, because it is kind of annoying. But what I will say is that they have made specific cards a little bit more usable. Now, let's just take, for instance, this Luka Doncic that they made, okay? The previous Luka Doncic that we had, the pink diamond one, his base was very weird, and his jump shot was just really bad. So if you really like Luka Doncic, you probably wouldn't have used him simply because of the base. It just wasn't good. When this Opal Luka came out, now he does have the Pro 2 and everything, but he also has the Dante X and release, which is legitimately one of the best jump shots in the game. And now this Luka literally is one of the top point guards in the game, if not the top point guard in the game right now. Another example of that is if we look at Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki, guys, he's just not ever good in 2K, okay? As you can see, this one here is already at 236,000, and for good reason. This Dirk Nowitzki card is very good. Mainly what they did with Dirk is that they gave him a new jump shot base. They gave him a jump shot base that still looks similar to his, but that is more successful, so that people who really want to use Dirk cards can actually use the Dirk card. Usually his base, his jump shot is just so bad that you can't use the card no matter what. Not this year. They've done a good job with giving different cards who have had unusable animations and giving them something more serviceable, and then that way, if let's say Dirk Nowitzki is your favorite player of all time, you can go ahead and use a Dirk card and not feel penalized for using the card. Now, jumping over into the next phase of this is going to be the free content, guys. The free content has just been off of the wall. Now, is it easy to get all of this free content? No. It is going to take you some time, but in terms of spending money or MT on those cards, you don't necessarily, I want to say, have to do it. So as we all know, everyone says that the level 40 card is free. You have to buy and sell players, so I guess in the long run you do spend MT. But if we just took it a step further, so let's look at Jerry Sloan, because he is one of those. He's one of those guys. Now, Jerry Sloan is an amazing card. I had a chance to actually look at him. I have not gotten him, and it's not easy to get him. But if you get Jerry Sloan, he's really good. Like he's actually very, very freaking good if you actually use him. Another example of this is this Galaxy Opal West on Slave. Literally, I did not have to buy any players with him. I just had to grind out the spotlights, and this card honestly is one of my favorite cards at this point. He's just so good. And then the list goes on, guys. We have Kermit Washington, we have Terry Dishinger if you're able to get him, Jack Marin if you're able to get him. I don't know if I said Kermit, but Kermit's thrown in there. A lot of the triple threat online and offline rewards. Michael Redd, who's still a pretty decent card. We'll have this Rashard Lewis coming up soon that I imagine is going to be pretty good. Looking at triple threat online, Julius Randle is actually amazing if somehow you're able to get him. So I do think that overall 2K has done a good job of giving us free content that matches the paid content. Now, the pay to win cards, I mean, are they better? Sort of, you can say, but if you have enough of the skill level, you can take those free cards and really compete against some of the top cards that you can actually buy with MT. So big kudos to 2K for a lot of the free content they're giving out. It has been really good, as well as you get some of these free cards as well on the way. So like I said, guys, the free content has been very good. That's another thing that they have done right. All right, now jumping into the fourth thing, guys. Another thing that I think 2K is actually doing very, very well is making cheaper cards very, very good. If I just come into this radioactive set, guys, like Lionel Simmons is very good. He's like a Kawhi clone. Not a clone per se, but he's still very good. As you can see, he has 24 Hall of Fame badges, 28 gold badges, and I do think that his tendencies are even very good on the defensive end. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. This Lionel Simmons, let's just take a look. He 12K, guys, and you see the amount of Hall of Fame badges he has. You can take a look at his stats, and they're could be better, but they are very top notch. It's just a very good cheap card. Just kind of to take a deeper look into that, if we go into, I think it was, is it Flash? Malik Sealy, guys. Do not even get me started on this card. This card is still my starting shooting guard, okay? Not my backup, my starting shooting guard, because he's just that good. I mean, looking at his stats through and through, like, what more can you really want from a shooting guard? Like, yeah, you can have a 700K Tracy McGrady, but honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. No, he's not better than Tracy McGrady, but for what you use him for, like for me purposely, I'd rather just have Malik Sealy and spend my, let's take a look at this, 15K for the card. When I paid for it, it was about 30K, and I fully bashed them up. But like, you can have this card, or you can have 700K Tracy McGrady. These cheap cards that are able to compete with the most expensive cards, is it ideal for someone who's spending a butt ton of MT for those cards? Not really, but at the same time, not everyone is able to. So they are allowing for everybody to have a chance to actually compete when they do match up together. So big kudos to 2K in making these cheaper cards usable against anybody who you're playing. Now the last thing that I'm gonna go into, guys, the final last thing is really just covering the whole agenda thing. Okay, so I am fairly new to Myteam. I started playing Myteam last year around like the mid, I want to say almost not the end of Myteam, but kind of like the mid section, kind of around like a little bit after All-Star is when I started playing Myteam like fully. So last year, guys, you would know that you could play Unlimited, which was literally just a 12-0, and that was the whole month, unlike what they've done in broken into multiple tiers, so it takes more time now, and Triple Threat Online. Other than that, it was offline grind, and it was very, very boring. Okay, so this year 2K implemented this agenda system, guys, and this thing, say what you want about it, it is a huge W. Like being able to get a card, and these cards have been the best cards out at the time of them being out. Being able to get the best card simply just off of grinding out these levels and finishing these agendas, which sometimes can be tedious, but they aren't really bad. I've done it a few times. I've done the earlier stages, and it hasn't been too bad. Now they are making it a lot easier with XP to be able to get these cards. So now it's really just a walk in the park. But this whole system to be able to just level up and get these rewards as you go has been really a saving grace for my team, because if this wasn't in here, I just don't really know how much of this mode I really would be playing. It just wouldn't have enough content, but they've brought this whole season and put agendas to it, and it's really changed my team. I know a lot of people where I usually play Park and Pro-Am with, they're playing my team. It's just a lot to do, so kudos to them for bringing this system in it, and hopefully they can expand on this and make this even better, and give something similar in the years to come, because I do think that this has been a big plus for Myteam mode itself. So there you have it, guys. There goes just some positive things that I wanted to go ahead and bring to light and kind of start the week off on a positive mode and everything, man. So let me know anything that I may have missed in the comments, some other things that you think that 2K may be doing well, just kind of get our week started off in the right. Like I said, I may follow this up with the things that they could work on and that are just frustrating, because we all know that some of the frustrations are definitely warranted and worth mentioning. But that's really all the content for you guys, man. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, guys, we out.